everybody, welcome to Rustic Waters episode 8. I kind of did a bunch of crap, like so much stuff. I'd love to show you how everything works, but, well, I pretty much processed all the materials and set everything up already, and I'm not going to tear it back apart. In a nutshell, you follow the directions, and you'll be fine. Secondly, be prepared to make probably 6,000 levers. That's probably that's a healthy number. 6,000, give or take, about 23 more thousand. Another thing to note is these things ain't on the blueprints for this, but you have to make them or it won't work. It tells you somewhere along the way. So, like I said, if you follow the directions, you'll figure it all out. Another thing, if you put off doing this for a while, and you're trying to figure out how to link the receptor to the emitters, it's the Tinker Hammer that you get early on. You got to use the Tinker Hammer to connect them. You have to shift right click that and then right click an emitter. And you can have, I think, up to 5 emitters on each Ember activator, but you can only hook one machine to each emitter. Like that's just how it works. Like I tried to hook these both to the one. Yeah, that wasn't happening. One more thing. Input and outputs on most of these things, you're going to be better off making these extractor tubes. They are definitely cheaper, or they're definitely more expensive, but they're definitely way more significant. And I did make 2 water thingies and added a tank to this. So now this has 2 water pumps, and I had to hook it to a tank because these cables are really weird. If you try to hook them together, they get all stuffed up and they're all messed up, so I added a tank. So I put one extractor into the tank, one extractor into the tank, let the tank fill up, put the extractor from the tank to the bigger tank, and then it worked that way. And it keeps up with the machines mediocrely. I mean, if I had these running constantly, it would probably catch up. Like, it would probably run out of water at some point. It'd be quite a while, but it would at some point. As it stands, I will not be running any of these constantly because, well, I only have so much stuff to sluice, and I don't have anything to really use the power on right now. One more thing to note, if you're making the capacitors, if you're playing this mod pack and you're making the capacitors, you might as well make the high voltage capacitor. I'll actually show you guys that. Let's go capacitor. So the low voltage is copper coil block, copper sheet metal slabs, lead, and everything else is pretty much the same. You go to the medium voltage, you got pretty much the same thing, except it takes silver sheet metal, 2 copper blocks, or 2 copper coil blocks. And then the high voltage, you just trade all that out for electrum. And I mean, silver's a little bit on the rare side, that's true, but I mean, you're basically using, I don't know, 4 electrum plates and then 16 more electrum wires, which are electrum plates, which are electrum ingots. So 20 electrum ingots to make this, and then it's 16 copper ingots and 4 silver ingots to make this. And this one is 8 copper and 4 more copper is 12 copper to make this. Another thing to note is this takes 500 millibuckets of solder. This takes probably 1 bucket, and this guy takes 2 buckets. So that part's a little grindy, but I mean, honestly, it's not really that much. Like, my suggestion is just make the high voltage capacitor. I mean, it'll do you right in the long run. And that's pretty much everything to catch up on. Mr. Rat's been doing some major work. I have him cooking up some various foods, so I'm trying to keep an eye on my nutrition. In a way, I mean, I'm not concerning myself with it too much, but as you can see, I eat a ton of like fruit juice, and I've been eating a lot of the cheese. So like these things are higher, so I've been trying to focus on vegetables and grains and stuff a little more often. But anyways, this particular couple more things to talk about real quick. I went to the guild trades and I just pretty much bought everything. Like, if it had a mediocre use that I could possibly use it for, I just bought it all. I mean, I had the extra $100 from the steel I wasted, and I've been getting a ridiculous amount of these coins. So, I mean, they're only $1 a piece, but right there's almost $100. So, I mean, it's not a big deal. I tried to set this up that it had 4 hoppers, 4 chests, 4 extractors. Well, actually, I tried to set it up originally 4 hoppers, 4 chests, 2 extractors, then item tubes. But it wouldn't work. It kept getting jammed up. So I had to do it. I did the hoppers and 2 extractors. I thought it'd be easier that way. Take a look at that. Hopefully there ain't no sharks out here. I haven't been attacked in a little while. So I have these guys pretty much fully automated. I have a drawer for everything. I have 5 strainers in each one, except this one. I think there's only 4. So this will give me a ridiculous amount of resources, which probably more than what I need. I mean, it's getting on to the time to make a quarry, or whatever it's called in this mod pack. But for now, that's gonna keep all of our stuff going. Like, I just did 1,000 sand, 1,000 dirt, and 1,000 gravel in the sluice, and well, that's what all this is about. And I've been cooking up clay because of the ridiculous amount of clay I got. So I just been making a crap ton of terracotta for whatever reason. But that actually I did the clay because the clay thing filled up completely. So it backstuffed this, so I put a second drawer down to see what was backstuffing. Turned out it was clay popped in here, so I just started like shoveling out stacks of clay into here to cook up. One last thing, the gatherer rat, it died again. Like, for some reason it just loves being inside trees, and why are you not collecting stuff? Get to work, rat. It just loves dying inside trees. But now I took the cheese staff and I somehow set him up to like gather items and take items out, so now he's like glitching. So he just sits here, he pulls trees in and out of this inventory over and over and over again, but the second one of these trees are gone, he runs over, plants it, and runs back. So, which works for me perfectly because he ain't gonna asphyxiate himself inside of a tree. So that's kind of my, it was kind of an accidental fix for that problem. So I did lose another rat, and that's kind of sad, but it is what it is, and I have 2 more spawn eggs if I wanted to make anything else, because I am thinking about making a crafting rat for one reason or another. Like these emberstone shards, if you take 1 emberstone shard, it burns for like 200 ticks, but if you put 9 of them together with some fresh water or something in one of those tables, it burns for like 2,400 ticks, so you get like a bonus 600 ticks if you put it together. So I've been doing that. And I think before I waste any more time, because I just spent 8 minutes talking, and I think I pretty much covered everything. I think I want to try, and I stress try, to work on the easy storage thing. Because I think if I get a better storage network, I can free up a lot of space. So I'm not sure where it is in here, and I'm not gonna look through it. I figured it'll all work out. Like, I'll either get the quest or I'll have to find a way to get the quest later. I did want to get, let's get back into here. I did want to get this one. Yeah, I want to work on the moth, which I'll probably do off camera, because I started working towards it, and I was going to do it on camera, because that'd be really cool. But as long as it's going to take me to do these things, like these crafting processes are ridiculous. So, I mean, as long as it takes me to actually craft them, it's easier for me to just do it off camera, because I don't have to worry about looking cool for all you guys. That was a joke. I don't ever look cool. Anyways, one of the things I got to do is getting in gear to be able to get power generation, which I already got power generation, but I have to clear this quest to actually unlock this. So then I'll have to like open this up, and then I'll have to break all that stuff in there eventually and get all the achievements for this, but that's fine. No big deal. And I'm still working on this, and now that I have power generation, I can do so. So I'll probably do that off camera as well. But this is going to be an easy storage network kind of episode, I think. I think it's easy storage. So go at easy storage. That looks about right. So let's see here. I have no idea how to do this. I never worked with this before. So, I'm guessing there's like an initial hub. Like something that's like right off the bat. Probably not a search box, not a sorting box. Access terminal sounds promising. So we'll probably need an access terminal. I'm going to want a crafting box, more than likely. Insertion and exertion things. I'm not sure about those. Security box, I think, is probably something more for servers. Sorting box might be cool. I can't make this, so I guess that's not that cool. Storage core is probably something I need. Signalium gears. How do I make signalium? Well, it appears that I can do it in here, so that's cool. But now, how do I actually make signalium? Arc furnace. Oh, super rad. With a signalium blend, which I can make with redstone, silver, and copper. So I can do this. It is achievable. So let's go ahead and get our storage core on there as well. And I have one storage box that I already bought. I'm not sure what the difference is. This is the storage box that I already have. It takes creosote, which is awesome because I have a ridiculous amount of creosote. And it looks like I can't get the upgraded ones unless I get them through a loot crate. So it looks like cheapo, normal, everyday. These things, which these are basically drawer recipes, except it takes creosote and carbonite plates. So let's put this guy up there. We'll probably make about 4 of those if we can. So let's get to it, shall we? So my inventory is still a little crappy, but now I have a shulker box, so I can work on it a little bit. I might as well start with the easy stuff. Iron rods is one thing we're gonna need. Is that creosote? That's sap. All right. Camonite plates. We have 18. We're gonna need more of those. So let's see how much camonite blend we have put back. It's probably I kind of figured it was a good amount. So we go in here, and we can take this and this, which I'll probably have to click this guy, and click this guy, and click that guy, and add. Okay, it's in another table. There he is. All right. So we'll hop this into here, and it give us 64 of those, and we can get those cooking up because we'll probably need 64 of them. If not, I'll have a little extra, and that's fine. Like I got a lot of stuff saved up ahead of time, so that's kind of a good thing. The iron thingies, I'm pretty sure there's a blacksmith table with just an iron rod and a hammer. And the iron rods are 2 iron ingots, so we'll do, I guess, a stack of iron ingots. And we'll put these guys like so. I did just do this. Okay. There we go. I did just make a bunch of different tools, so I should be able to. Okay, I lied. Apparently, I didn't make enough, but that's fine. We got what 98. That should probably hold us over for a little while. What else is there? These guys, which are annoying, but I did go and make a bunch of these wiring kits ahead of time. I'm not sure how many's left. And an entire 2. And I guess we'll grab those and the copper gears because we'll probably need them for something along the way. We've got an entire 2 of those guys left. I actually made a pretty ridiculous amount. I think I made like 20 of them, which I already have a storage box, but I think I want to make like 5 or 6 of them. To make sure I can fit everything. So I think we're going to stick with the access terminal first. So I need 2 of these. I need the tempered glass, and I need creosote. So we'll grab a bucket of creosote. We'll grab tempered glass. And I think that pretty much is everything we need. What table is that on? It is on the Trader's Workshop, which, if I had to guess, it probably has purified water, and a pretty significant amount of it as well. So let's go into here and grab the pipette. And we put creosote in there. We can go into here like so. And we can click this guy, and we need to make these guys, which are on this thing here. So we do this, and silver plates, and it'll give us 2 of those, which is exactly what we need, which we'll probably have to make more of those. But for now, and I need the hammer back. Oh, I have to make a hammer. That's right. Okay. Let's see here. I have 2 Invar left. I'll have to make some more of that, too. Nickel. Iron. And we'll just go ahead and, do that, and let that do its thing for a while. And I think it's sticks and string to make the hammer. There we go. I'm still just sticking with Invar, because I think that's probably our best bet. But, you know, I could be wrong. And I was working towards doing the Ember Boar, but I figured I'd do that off camera too, because, well, why wouldn't I, right? So we got the access terminal. Give me 1 second, I'm being interrupted. I'll be right back. Just 30 seconds. Alright, sorry about that. My grandfather's still in the, well, he just got to the ICU yesterday. So I was supposed to go in and see him today, but today is a weekend day, and if I wanted to do that, I have to be up at like 10:30 to catch the bus, and I'd have to be back home before like 2, and the bus is all complicated like that, so I kind of didn't want to. Oh, in a nutshell, I wouldn't have made it. I woke up at like, I don't know, it was like 11:30. I think I crawled out of bed. So yeah, I wasn't able to actually go see him. So that had some. I guess that somehow has some repercussions. Although I'm pretty much the only person that goes to see him. It's been a little odd. My grandmother's been showing up down there when I'm down there, so that's really kind of odd. But my brother and a lot of his relatives don't really show up that often, unfortunately. His brother and sister-in-law and his other brother and sister-in-law go by once in a while, but seeing that I am rather unemployed and have no life, I usually am the one to go see him, which doesn't bother me because I don't mind spending my days with my grandfather. He was one of the, I don't want to say he was one of the better influences in my life, but he was more of a dad to me than my dad was. So it was, that's all I'll say there. Just say I got a rather large amount of things twisted throughout my childhood, and one thing I known was that, you know, he was always kind of like there for me, I guess. The best he could under consideration of the way life was for us, I guess. You, like it's like other situations, you'd have to live my life to actually understand it. It's far too personal and complicated to try to explain, and to be completely honest, if I try to explain to some people, I kind of feel like it's more like I look like a nut job, and yeah, you wouldn't understand. So there's one. How much is that? It takes 500 creosote. So let's do 4 of them. And that's pretty much how I feel about that. It's different aspects of my life are too hard to explain because people just wouldn't understand, or I would look like a nut job, and that's pretty much the sum up of the story. Now, honestly, I don't mind too much looking like a nut job. I mean, if if a lot of the people in the world saw how they look to other people, they wouldn't judge me. But, you know. Aw. Oh wait, I got another one. Where's the other knife? There he is. Okay. Now how many do I have? I want to make one more. Okay, that'll do that. So that is that. Now let's kind of like put a bunch of this stuff in here so we have a little bit of inventory space. So I can move on to... Where'd the other one go? It's probably right in front of my face, I just can't see it. There he is. So we'll put this here so it gives us a little bit of inventory space. Throw some of that wood back in here. We can stack those guys back up. And that'll give us a little bit of room. Now let's see how it is to make this signalium, and I'll have to make more of these wiring kits. So signalium from the signalium blend with Mr. Chef Rat, my main man, Chef Rat, copper dust, silver dust, and redstone dust. Now, that is an interesting prospect because we're gonna put a stall on all this, and we're gonna see if I can automate this little plan I got here. So I need wire coil. I'm pretty sure I had one left. There he is. Oh, and I have a bunch of these, so making the wire parts ain't gonna be so bad. But let's see. So if I wanted to automate this guy, I'd want to put this down first, and I'd want the wire to run straight down here. So we put him here. This would go here. Why go? There we go. All right, that would go there. And then I'd want this guy to be facing the handle this way. And of course that didn't work, but I think if I get the engineer's hammer, I can rotate that, hopefully. Because I found out that I can rotate other blocks. Because initially, I grabbed the engineer's hammer to try to link these, and it rotated them. So I'm thinking, oh, it worked. It just broke the handle too. So we do this. Oh. Are you getting power? Was that doing it on its own? Without power? So I don't need power? Is that what you're telling me? Oh, that's cool and all, but why are you... What about attack, then? Well, that's not working either. Vertical offset. Yeah, it's utilizing that particular area. What if I put something like that in there? No, that's not working the way I planned it. You know what? I kinda seen that coming. I honestly, deep down, I kinda seen that coming. Now the thing that gets me is, why is it working without power? That's the thing that's getting me. So what if I took this guy and put him right here? And where's my hammer? And we take this and do it like that. Is that, I want you to face downward, please. Downward. Are you not going to go downward? Is that something you can't do? Alright. Fine. I feel as if that can go downward. I feel as if it's cheating me here. So let's do this. Let's do this and see if this will work. Maybe it can't go downward. Okay, whatever. One more thing. You can't make another portal in this mod pack. Another portal has to be found in a thing, like a undersea temple. Yeah, it's still working without power. Now, I wonder if I run power to it, if it'll have different settings. Now, here goes the whole episode trying to figure this out instead. But, anyways, the undersea temple is supposed to house the end portals and the other thingy. So, okay, good enough. Is it gonna hurt me if I stand in front of it? No. What if I use a cat? That hurt me. Okay. So back to use. So I wanted to use the item in front of it, which shouldn't be a big deal. I should be able to do this. And if I give it power, what will it do? It's probably not going to work, if I had to guess. Now it's getting power. And yeah, I guess I can't cheat that. I guess I have to sit and actually crank it. Wow, that's upsetting. Oh well, so what am I going to do with that? I have two of those, and I have nothing I can do with them. I'm sure I'll figure something out. Man, that's upsetting. So I need 10 of the Signalium, which is copper, silver, and redstone. Redstone's already ground up, but I need 10 copper. And, oh, do you know what? I wonder if it was breaking it? Nah, that wouldn't be it. No. I was thinking it was breaking it because there's nothing in there, but it just wouldn't turn. So now it's some sort of something it's doing that's keeping it from doing what it needs to do, I guess. There's something prohibiting it from working, whatever it may be. Which is kind of crappy because I kind of had the whole power generation thing. The first thing I thought was, wow, I can find a way to automate this, but now I guess I'll find a different grinder is all. I mean, I can find, I think there's like 6 different crushers and grinders in this mod pack. I'm sure I obtain one of them by now that isn't manual. But if I manage the easy storage unit, then in this particular play session, I'll be pretty happy. Now, I'm pretty sure we can craft everything. I'm pretty sure I can kind of place everything, but I'm not sure how to actually use it. I never used this particular storage network. I usually like simple storage is usually the one I like the most. It doesn't have as much versatility as like applied energistics or refined storage, but it's simplistic and it's early enough game that, I mean, by the time you get that, as long as you ain't doing some crazy like, you know, immersive engineering kind of crafting, you don't really need all that auto crafting. I mean, unless you're doing something like mystical agriculture or something where you're like, oh, I gotta craft 8,000 million tiers of some garbage to make some other garbage just to be able to make something that's worthwhile making, then that's a whole other ball game. Okay, so that's going to give us 20, which is, I think, more than what we need, but that's fine. Because this will give us 20, 20 of those thingies. Alright. And we're going to have to hop into here again, and let's get rid of this, because that's not going to work, which is, by the way, did I mention that that is fairly devastating? I was kind of banking on that working, and it does not, so that is sad. But we can make these wire coily things while we're waiting for that to cook up, which is the aluminum wire in here. So I just, instead of doing all that fancy stuff, I can just... Okay, why isn't that working? Oh, did I use... I was using... Okay, we're cool. I got it. No big deal. Now if we do this, we do that, and now we have 6 of those, which that is what we needed. And these guys, which we go into blacksmithing table, and that can go over here, because that is not what I need. And we do that, and we grab our hammer, plop that there, grab those, go back over to here one more time, go back over to here one more time, and grab the hammer one more time. Oh man. Okay, let's do that. And we need what? A bucket? Hopefully it's a whole bucket. It's a half bucket. That I should have seen that coming. Because now I have to deal with a half bucket of creosote. But now we have the storage core, which I'm not sure what that's for. Like, I'm not sure how to work this. And there's not a book. There's no books in this. So I'm a little concerned that I'm not going to be able to figure it out. But you know what? I think I am... Never mind. I was going to say I think I'm intelligent, but that's a lie. At some point in life, maybe. But I don't think I'm so intelligent anymore. Okay, so that'll do that. We can put this away, because that's obviously not going to work. And... Okay, let's, grab the rest of this. What's up, rat? You double smelted it? You jerk. Oh well. I mean, that's something else that I kinda thought might happen. And I'm sure signalium plates or signalium wires are going to be used for something along the way. So, it's fine. No big deal. I will execute him off camera. Just kidding. Okay, so we want to do the... See if we can set this up. And does it require power? It's another thing. So if I take... Okay, so the access terminal... I don't know if I want to... I guess I'm not going to... You know what? It's going to go right here, and then I'll figure it out. See if I can get it to work. The crafting thingy we'll put... And then... the storage core, so we can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'll throw the core there, and let's see what it does. 12,500 storage, and a crafting table. And it doesn't look like it requires power. So I think I did it right, which is phenomenal. It is absolutely phenomenal, because I thought for sure it was going to be far more difficult. But I guess we are alright. So let's grab these guys. And now, how do I want to do this? Because I'm going to kind of want to move this stuff and put it right here. So let's get rid of this anvil. And we'll stick the anvil here. That obsidian? Yeah, I made that to make another portal. I even made a whole thing under here. I don't know if you guys noticed it. But I filled this all in with wood, put another portal here, and then dug out all the wood and tried to light it, and it didn't work. So now I have this little room down here. I should put the storage thing here, but then I have to come down to the water every time I go to the storage thing. I was thinking that maybe I'll put like a fishing rat. I was thinking about doing the fishing rat. And maybe I'll put him down there, and then he can, like, fish out the door, like, in his seclusion. But I'm afraid he'll probably drown himself at some point, and that would be sad. So let's do this. And we'll grab that. And let's see if we can set this up. That is taking a long time. Okay. Oh, it's an axe. Okay. I was genuinely afraid that it was going to, not work. Okay, let's grab these guys. I want this, and this, and this, and this. Now, I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to do storage crate, storage crate, storage crate, storage core. Should I do it more like over here, maybe? Nah, we'll do it. Then it's going to block this. But it can't really look any worse than that, right? And we'll just do it like this. Put it here, and here. And now if I just start dumping everything in there. Where am I picking this stuff up from? And we'll grab our axe back, and our magnet, because it's going to make life quite a bit easier when I'm chopping all my chests apart. And we're going to do this, and this, and you know what? Can't do that yet. I got to get the rest of the chest out. Now I am going to make drawers for the terracotta and stuff. So, like, before you guys are like, oh man, you just put like 20 stacks of terracotta and glass in a storage unit. Yeah, it's kind of just like convenience at the moment. I will make drawers for it at some point, and I will put I will put it in drawers. I'm thinking I'll probably move that light source over one, and then just do drawers the whole way up and around or something. I could put 3 more here, and then it will make sure that this is continuously dumping. So if something like gets backed up, like the clay, it'll continuously dump into other ones. I'll do it off camera. Like, I've been saying that a lot. Alright, so now if we do this, and we're only at 3,000 out of a lot, so we're doing okay. Do I have anything to check back there to make sure I didn't lose anything? Let's see. Planks. Yeah, it looks pretty good. And I think we'll make 4 more storage crates back here, like out of sight, out of mind, and then like that'll be pretty much all of the storage I'm gonna need. I would think, for now at least. So yeah. Alright guys, so we accomplished something, this mod pack. The only downside to all this is that when it comes time to actually find this in the quest line, I'm gonna have to break it and do that all over again. But until then, we'll just see how things play out. Let's plop this back in here. Let's go over here and grab these guys too. And this is going to give us quite a bit more storage. Or more space that we can do stupid little automations and more machines and stuff. Like, I can move Mr. Rat out from the center of the room. Then again, I kind of like him there. In his little rat cage. I kind of like it. I think it's cool. Well, we'll see. I guess we can get rid of these things too. Or at least this one. Yeah, we'll leave it. I mean, it's only taking up 1 space. I think that's pretty nifty. Yeah, we can live with that. So I want to get rid of this off our to-do list. And let's see about a magma crucible. See if we can at least make this before I call it quits. So a magma crucible is all kinds of junk and solder, which shouldn't be a big deal, which I think if I have 500 millibuckets of solder, I'm going to do this on camera. 700 millibuckets of solder. Okay, so we're good to go. So I need 8 nickel plates, 4 of these guys, 2 magma blocks, and these coil things are going to be the most complicated. So let's look up, let's go to our handy dandy storage crate, and let's see, I don't have a search bar. Okay, so I'm going to need a search bar. I'm going to have to figure that out at some point. But for right now, let's, we're going to need 2 magma blocks. We're going to need these guys. Nickel plates. Coils, which, that's kind of a pain. Conductive coils. What was the other thing I needed? I needed this reception coil, which is gold and wire. So if I can find those wires, we'll be pretty set. Here we go. Wires. And we already have magma blocks, so that'll solve that. All I gotta do is grab 2 gold, and I think we can make this. That's more than 2. So we hop into here. First things first, we gotta make these guys, which is like this. Yeah. And now we have to do this. And we have a magma crucible. And we did it. Alright, guys. I'm probably going to end the episode here because, well, I'm going to have to find a search thing for that. And we're at about 42 minutes, and that it sounds to be about a good time to quit. So I'm going to put the magma crucible here, and then I'll give it power. And the magma crucible was going to do something for us that I needed it to do. That I'm not entirely sure what it was. What did I need it to do? Aha, glue. I needed to make glue. So then I can make the building wand. So we are well on our way. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you guys next episode.